Hey, what's up, guys? This is Anthony and Brad with WB Varsity. Tonight we're going to be talking about the post-game wrap-up for Friday night. We had 5 of our 7 Tri-County teams in action. First off, we're going to check out Knox Central and Bell County. A big game in Barbourville. This one had all the makings for a 2 heavyweights just going at it. Knox Central loses this one to Bell County 34-12. Tonight was the first time these two teams have met since former Panther coach Wayne Mills took over the team there at Bell County. A lot of emotion coming into the game. A very disappointing game, in my opinion. We had a lot of sloppy play, a lot of missed tackles, some unsportsmanlike penalties. Just overall, disappointing performance by the Panthers. I felt like they would bounce back after last week's loss to Harlan County. And to me, the Panthers just didn't get up for this one. They take the loss 34-12. We saw a first drive by the Panthers that saw a good drive. Jonathan Gish running it in from 7 yards out. Panthers go up 6-0. That's about all they had. Brad, what do you think on the game?
Yeah, it was a real disappointing game in my opinion. They could have done a whole lot more if they could just hold on to the ball. Real sloppy play throughout the game. The first drive, like you said, it was really, it showed life. I mean, showed the life of the team, and I was just very disappointed in that team the other night. Very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, you had a lot of missed tackles. You had kids getting unsportsmanlike penalties. We saw 2 quarterback changes. We saw Matthew Barger start the game. Casey Diamond coming in the third quarter. To me, third quarter of that game was a turning point. The game was 14-6 at halftime. Bell County with the lead. Panthers showed a lot of life. They got a big turnover and had it at the 20 and couldn't punch it in. Didn't come away with any points there. And to me, that was the play that really took the air out of their sails the rest of the way.
Yeah, that really put them in good field position, and the score at that time was 14-6. Could have went either way at that point. That was really the lifeblood of the game right there. And like I say, Panthers just couldn't capitalize on that opportunity, and in my opinion, that lost the game for them. In my opinion, they really need to hammer down that quarterback position, like you said, between Matthew and Casey. They're really indecisive about that. But we're kind of excited to see what Coach has in store, what he's got planned for his quarterback position. Don't know where he's headed with it, but I guess that's why we're not coaches.
Absolutely. You know, it's easy for us to say these things. We're not on the sidelines coaching these kids, so a lot of respect goes to both coaching staffs. Chase Woolham had a big night for Bell County, running the ball. I think he was in the end zone 3 times. Jonathan Gish for the Panthers, as always, carried the load for them. I think he had 20 carries for 90 yards. His yardage total down a little bit this week from what we're used to seeing from him. But overall, you know, a solid game. May have been an injury there to Jonathan. It didn't look like it. Sometimes he was at himself, but either way, Panthers lose this one at home to Bell County 34-12. All right, next game we're going to talk about is going to be Clay County Tigers hosting, or rather visiting, Whitley County Colonels down in Williamsburg. Pretty exciting game, Brad. We had Clay County coming out with the win, 42-36 over the Colonels. Both teams coming into this one had not had a victory this year. And unfortunately for Whitley County, they're starting the season 0-5. Tell us a little bit about that one, Brad.
It was at the start of the game, Clay County really took control of that game. Kind of stepped away toward the middle of the game, really put a gap between them and Whitley County. Whitley County had the opportunity there at the end. They were within a possession of actually tying and converting the 2-point conversion. Actually winning that game on the very last possession. Just like my opinion, just kind of like similar to the Panthers, they just couldn't capitalize on on their situations in the game. Had a few turnovers. Didn't just I don't know what's going on with the Colonels down there this year. That's a very grim start to the season. We talked earlier about it. They are beat up a little bit, but hopefully those guys can get back on the field and maybe turn this season around before it gets too out of hand.
Absolutely. You know, the Colonels start 0-5. I know Coach Black and his staff's going to do everything they can, put the best team on the field every Friday night. So we hope they can turn it around for everybody down in Williamsburg. Congratulations to the Clay County Tigers on getting their first win of the season. And Clay County took that one, once again, 42-36 over the Whitley County Colonels. Next game we had was Pineville at Lincoln. This is another one of those games. I thought Lincoln would come out fired up for this one and take this one from Pineville. Didn't happen. Pineville wins at Lincoln 30-6. Pretty low score in the first half. Not a lot to talk about. It was 8-0. Pineville scores again in the third quarter, and then Lincoln gives up a safety. Tough game for the Wildcats. They had a big come-from-behind win against Harlan last week, and I felt like they would come out and get their third win of the season. Wasn't the case, though. Lincoln falls 30-6.
Yeah, really, this game went the complete other way for me. I thought that Lincoln would have a pretty good shot at this game, especially after talking to Aaron Mills and seeing how fired up he was about this season and his goals for the season. Really thought this would be a whole lot tighter of a game than what it was. They just didn't seem like they could get the ball moving.
Now, tough loss for them there. Hopefully we can see the Wildcats, get some more wins for the season. Would have been nice to see them, get that winning record heading in the right direction for them. Tough loss for the Wildcats. They go to 2-3 on the season as they fall to Pineville 30-6. Last game we saw featured two of our Tri-County teams, Corbin Redhounds and the South Laurel Cardinals. Ain't much to say, Brad. Total domination by the Redhounds. They take this one 53-0. Man, this team's putting up points, keeping the other team out of the end zone. Jake Kopic with a good game. Taylor Waddle with another big game. Like we talked about, Taylor was our player of the week last week, and I think he was in the end zone 3 times last night on Friday. Coach Jules got this team really heading in the right direction. Last year, the Redhounds finished with a losing record for the first time under Coach Jules. So he's really got the bugs worked out from last season. This team is just dominating people, Brad.
Absolutely. You touched a little bit on offense. I want to talk about the defense. This defense is phenomenal this year. They've only allowed 21 points total through 5 games, which in my opinion is phenomenal. Those guys have really turned it up on the other side of the ball, keeping the other guys out of the end zone, and that's what it's all about. If you can keep these guys out of the end zone, you're going to win games regardless. And especially if you got that offense between Kopic and Waddle right there, it's a recipe for success in my opinion. They got a tough matchup in Wayne County coming up not this coming week, but the next week,
October 4th, I believe. Yeah.
That's going to be a real test. A Wayne County squad that's really showing their worth around here. Had a stellar game against Williamsburg and South Laurel as well, taking both of those wins here in the Tri-County area. So let's see if Corbin can send them home with one loss anyway. In my opinion, if there's any team in the Tri-County area other than North Laurel that would do it, it would be Corbin.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. Win or lose, we want all these student athletes to keep their heads held high. Leave it all on the field, guys. One thing we want to mention, thanks to Michelle Harold, Jonah Sparks for covering a couple games for us tonight. Big shout out to them. It really helps us out. Also, Josh McHarg, great job as always. Josh really helped us a lot this year. We think of Josh as one of our own, so thanks, Josh. Brad, let's talk about our sponsors, and we'll close it up.
Yeah, we'd like to thank CNS Grocery down in Gray, Kentucky. Also like to thank Jamie Carr Repair and Remodel in Corbin, Kentucky. And we'd also like to thank Venture Cabs here in Corbin. Thanks you guys for jumping on board with this, showing your support to the Tri-County sports and our purpose. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Also, like to congratulate Kenny Smallwood in winning the T-shirt, the actual T-shirt giveaway. He predicted a score of 55-6 for the Corbin South Laurel game. Actually, the score was 56-0, so he was the closest in
53.
53 to nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He missed by 8 total points, I think.
8 total points, yeah. My bad. I messed up on that one. But, guys, we do appreciate you for listening. Don't forget to, like I say, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Thank you, guys.